What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at none other than the SH Figuarts Spy Family, your Forger, the mother of the Forger family. Basically, if you guys don't know, this is just her in her casual outfit that she wears around the house whenever she's just lounging around. Now anyway, I already waited too long to get to this one, so let's go ahead and get started, diving right into the sexy packaging. Now, this box does follow the same theme that we've gotten with the previous Spy Family figures. The only difference is it is a little bit more dense because of some of the accessories added. As you guys can see, it does have the strip of green right here, as does Lloyd and Anya. And then, of course, it does transition into this red, which is kind of like a signature color for Yor. We got the figure where we can see the accessories, Yor Forger, mother of the Forger family. Images all along the side, the top, and the bottom. And then, of course, we've got some poses you can get the figure onto or into on the back, as well as some of the accessories. And then the one thing that kills me that they didn't add was this chair. I would have loved for them to include this, but for whatever reason, they didn't. And they didn't even put up any kind of, I don't know, maybe at-home accessory kit or just any kind of diorama pieces, man. If Tamashii Nation sold those, that would be so cool. But anyway, at the bottom, you got a bunch of stuff that I cannot read because I imported this figure and nothing else matters. So let's go ahead and bust it out because I'm really excited for this figure. You guys know I love Spy Family. Now, straight out of the packaging, I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you guys. I already enjoy this release much more than the first one we got. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely enjoy Yor in her battle dress where she's ready to go. She's ready to throw down, take down anyone who gets in her way or even remotely poses a threat to Anya. But something about this casual look for me just, it screams queen. And you guys know I love my anime queens. Yor Forger is definitely one of them. And this figure is just wonderful. The Spy Family line has had no misses at all, and from the looks of it, it's just going to continue with the consistency because everything about this is amazing. From just the overall look of the figure, there's not a whole lot of crazy details going on, but it does what it's supposed to. She comes with plenty of accessories, and for the most part, I'll show it a little bit later, the articulation does what it needs to. I just really enjoy this thing already. Now anyway, let's go ahead and take a closer look at it so we can examine some of those details a little bit further. So, of course, the first thing we're going to discuss is the head sculpt. And for the people wondering, it is not the same hair or anything as the initial release. As you guys can see, she does have, I don't know what this is called, like a different headband. I guess it's a headband. It looks almost like she's wearing a bonnet now that I look at it, because if you look at the back of it, it kind of looks like her hair is tucked in, but at the same time, it looks like she could be wearing something to cover it. I don't know. That's up to you guys. I haven't really paid enough attention to that in the anime to notice, but it's probably her hair. Anyway, the bangs are somewhat the same, but they sit more flush on this newer version than the older one, and then they are a little bit more unkempt on the one where she's in her battle dress ready to go. Yeah, I have the angry expression on her right now where she's pretty much in full-blown attack mode. But yeah, we've got the very adorable face on this one right out of the packaging. As you can see, the dress looks really freaking good, man. They did very well with the articulation and everything, and just the overall sculpt design. The only issue I have is if you look at the arms underneath, you can see that joint right there. I don't like that. I really wish that it was the same red color, but I mean, it's fine. It's not like it's that big of a problem. It's just the fact that everything else is red. So I feel like they could have used a red joint and then it would have been fine. This right here wouldn't have even been a noticeable problem, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is because the top of the shoulder does sit out. So it isn't like they had to hide the skin tone completely. I just feel like there's a way they could have got around it. Anyway, the dress is very like texturized. There's a whole lot of sculpting going on in here. Like it feels like a, I don't know, a strange material to have in SH Figuarts form, but it's very nice, man. Again, they did such a good job with it. The back, you've got the little opening right here. You got the tie right there. The legs, pretty simple, just cut and dry, straight to the point. She's got on her tights, and then we've got the heels as well that are not the same heels as the battle dress. They are completely different, completely new sculpt. She's got the trimming around the boots. I love the way these are painted. Everything on this just looks good. It's a very simple figure, but it's just executed so well, man. And Tamashii Nations is, like I said, just really killing it with the Spy Family line. Now, anyway, let's go ahead and put her back so we can see how tall she stands. Now, in case you guys haven't seen any of my Spy Family reviews, I always like to mention that these figures do appear to be scaled up, especially in comparison to the average SH Figuarts. And I think a lot of it has to do with them really trying to get the sizes correct when it comes to sizing the adults up next to Anya and then some of the other children that they are going to make. Now, anyway, to the top of her head, as you guys can see, she is right at 6 inches, which means this is definitely a 6-inch scale figure, but it's also taller than the average 6-inch female figure from SH Figuarts, which usually stand probably around 5.5 inches at most. But of course, I'll do some size comparisons a bit later to show you guys how she stacks up to some other figures. Now, when it comes to the articulation, she looks up about that much before the hair or the bonnet touches the back of her neck, so you're not going to get it any further. She looks down, but I wouldn't push it too much because you don't want to warp these bangs. I wish they were on some kind of peg to where you could kind of like move them forward, move them backward, but sadly you can't. And the longer you have this figure posed up looking down, the more you're going to warp them. So I'm not really going to pose her like that. She does get really good tilt, turn, all of that good stuff. You're not going to have a problem. Arms go up and out about that much. Really, really good. She does have a bicep swivel. She does have double jointed elbows that work very well. Her hands are on a very tiny ball peg, but it's also very sturdy, so I don't feel like you have to worry about that breaking. She does not actually have a butterfly joint. I would have thought that she did, but she doesn't. So you can really bring the arms in about that much before they pop off. So yeah, not a whole lot. Doesn't look like my right or left arm is popping off, but it's my right one. Either way, she can still kind of hold Anya if you just bring the arms in at the elbow. So that's going to help with those holding Anya poses. At the diaphragm, very good. Very, 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 very good. It's got rocker. She leans forward about that much, back about that much. And then this is where we run into the problem. The dress here is a more of a hard plastic, and this arm is really popping off. I think it's my fault, though. I don't think I popped it all the way back in. There we go. I had to adjust that. But anyway, the dress, she can move her legs out about this much, but I feel like if you leave it posed like that for too long, it's going to warp it, which of course you don't want to do. Now, it's two pieces. You've got the thicker plastic piece right here, and then the plastic piece that kind of tucks into her back. But it's really going to prevent her from posing too much. She can't kick forward at all. She can kick back, so that's not going to be a problem. She does have a single jointed knee with almost double jointed range, kind of, sort of. She does not have a swivel right here, even though it does look like it. Her foot goes down about that much, up about that much, really good ankle rocker, and then she does have a toe hinge. So articulation wise, at the waist up, it's great, but from the waist down, it's just average. But that was to be expected. With the sundress, I mean, you can't really get a lot of posability out of this unless they used a very, very soft plastic piece. Now, if you guessed that this figure would come with a lot of accessories, you would be absolutely correct, because boy, does she come with a lot. First off, she comes with her neutral head sculpt right out of the packaging with that beautiful smile and then a pair of relaxed hands. She also comes with another pair of relaxed hands where her fingers are laying a little bit more flush. She does come with a pair of fist hands. She comes with a pair of what look like trigger hands. I think these are for holding one of the accessories I'm about to show a little bit later. And then she comes with a pair of hands that like legit made me say, oh, like right out of the packaging, because it's so adorable. She comes with these hands for holding on to Anya, and it's like Anya's little hands, they're so adorable, yo. Like, I love this. I love this a lot, man. It's like really, all right, Spy Family is really wholesome to me, so stuff like this really kind of gets to me. Anyway, she does come with a pair of like spread out palm reaching type hands, and then she does come with a pair of I don't know what these are actually for, but they're just wide open pair of hands. Maybe they're for holding this next accessory she comes with, which is a bottle. Let's see if it goes in this hand. Actually, yes, this is what it's for. It's for holding on to this bottle of wine she has here. Speaking of wine, she comes with an empty glass, which I think is one of the dopest accessories, but the execution for this is weird because you're actually able to put wine in it. She comes with these two, looks like little ruby things right here, and you just kind of put them in the glass, and that's for when she has the wine in it. As you guys can see, she comes with this one, and then she comes with another one for when it's supposed to be like she's holding it towards her, and you just tilt it towards her and it looks like she's actually drinking it. Not sure how well that's showing up on my camera. Probably not well at all, but I think they should have just given us 2 cups with these in there. It would have been fine. It would have made it a whole lot easier, because if you drop these little ruby pieces, then it's a wrap. Anyway, she comes with an interchangeable hairpiece for when she has her hair down, an interchangeable dress for when she's actually sitting down. You just plug the lower half of the body into this, as you guys can see, and we'll see how that looks a little bit later. And then she comes with 4 extra faceplates. She comes with this kind of angry or neutral look, but she looks pissed off. Now, it's not like this kind of pissed off, but she still looks pretty ticked off, so I wouldn't want to see her like this. Anyway, she comes with this beautiful smiling face, which is kind of equivalent to the one we already got on her, but as you can see, there's a little blush under her cheeks and her eyes are closed. Then she comes with her drunk expression right here, which I absolutely love. Yours so adorable. And then she comes with this concerned-ish face right here. All different expressions, and I absolutely love it, man. I absolutely love tons and tons of fun factor with this figure here. And in case you're wondering about interchangeability, as you guys can see, you can swap the faceplates from either figure onto the other. As you can see, I have the drunk your face right here on the first release, and then I have the angry your face right here on the new release. The drunk face on the old body looks a little weird. I don't know, it just looks really off. But the angry face on the new one looks really dang good. Again, I would never want to see her like this. And then for anybody who wants to see how she looks with her interchangeable hairpiece as well as her lower half, here you guys go. Couldn't find a chair, so I figured why not use her husband. Moving on to size comparisons, here she is standing next to the first release, Your Forger, which is her in her battle dress. We also have her standing next to the SH Figuarts Lloyd Forger, which is him in his casual outfit. And then we have her standing next to the latest Anya Forger figure, which is her in her school uniform. Here she is standing next to the first release, SH Figuarts Lloyd Forger, the SH Figuarts first release Anya Forger, and then just for a random one, we also have her standing next to the SH Figuarts Zatch Bell, who I'm actually going to take him out real quick and stand her next to another civilian S-type character. It is the guy from Zatch Bell whose name absolutely escapes me right now, but we also have her standing next to him, who is a taller figure, and I need to pose this guy around a little bit more. But yeah, as you can see, she also looks good standing next to them as well. And then sprinkling her in with a couple of anime queens. Here we have her standing next to the SH Figuarts Revived Naruto line Sakura Haruno. We have her standing next to the One Piece Yamato, and then the SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen Greatness Nobara Kugisaki. Lastly, for some random extras, here she is standing next to an SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super CGI Goku, a Metacom toy comic book Spider-Man, and a Jakks Pacific Supersonic. Now, when it comes to wholesome things like this, action figures that are just fun to have in your collection, just because you can pose them up like this on your display shelf, or if you take photos, you can take shots like this. This makes me happy, man. And it just doesn't really take much. Like, I had fun doing this miniature little setup as I began to close out this video. Just seeing these 3 figures together posed up like this, it makes me truly happy, man. And Spy Family is just one of those wholesome animes where you can sit down and watch it casually at any point in time. It's not something you really have to be caught up on every week that they drop a new episode. It's not one where you have to follow the hype. It's just a fun little sit down that you can watch with your family sometimes, sometimes not so much. But I don't know, man, these figures just really make me happy, and that's exactly why I continue to have them in my collection. I am nowhere near caught up with I think season 2 is the one that just dropped and they're preparing for season 3. I'm not caught up, like I said, but it's just, it makes me happy, man. Spy Family is one of those anime that just, it makes me smile. I love it so much. It's quirky when it needs to be. It's wholesome when it needs to be. It's fun when it needs to be. It's serious when it needs to be. And it just, it's a joy. It's an absolute blast. And these figures give me the same feeling that I get whenever I watch that anime. And then one thing I forgot to mention, I said earlier that if you have the bangs on you can't really pose her looking down, but I didn't even think to try it until I got to this last segment right now. You can actually take the one head or the one hair piece without the bangs off, or the hanging low bangs, and place it on this head sculpt where her hair's down. So if you want to pose her when she is looking down at Anya without warping the bangs, you can totally do that. And so it's just so many options with these figures, man. The interchangeability is so crazy, and that just makes these figures that much more fun. I really hope Tamashii Nations continues to implement this type of technology with their other figures. Dragon Ball figures are getting interchangeable hair pieces now. I hope they start doing things like that with the Naruto line. The One Piece line seems to be doing it a little bit. Hopefully they spice things up with the Bleach line and just continue doing what they're doing, because I'm absolutely loving these figures, man. It just makes me happy. It really honestly does. And that's what collecting is all about. So yeah, if you're wondering if I recommend this figure, yes. If you're wondering if I recommend this line, yes. I just love these things. Now, anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.